this is V. Jager, and I'm going to be presenting you this project on the Western Hombre motorcycle analysis. So on the next slide, as we transition, we're going to talk about the first scenario. So based on the assumptions and the graph, all that. So here we go. So based on the first slide, we have so the top left corner shows the assumptions. So the selling price of 17K units sold 800, variable cost per unit 13.6K, and the annual fixed cost of 1.36 M. So then based on that, you only need 400 units to break even, which that you can see by the red graph, which is total expense, and green graph sales revenue, which if they intersect, that's what it'll be. And then based on that also, your sales happens to be 6.8 M as you break even, which is pretty good. And then the margin of safety is the same, and then the ratio is 50%. So and then that leads to the net income of 1.36 M and the degree of operating leverage of 2, indicating strong business case, as well as you make good profit and it improves the economy. Nice. And then as we move on to the next slide, it shows a summary of this initial scenario, and then we transition after that to the second scenario. So here we go. So then the summary with this is, with 800 bikes sold, you can get 17K each. The net income is 1.36 M per year. So you only have to sell 400 units to break even. That indicates strong business case. And then if the annual fixed cost can be reduced to 1 M, then you break even with only 294 units instead. So lowering fixed costs will help make the business case even stronger. And then next we look at the second scenario, where the projected sales price is lower due to increased competition. So here we go. Now, same idea, top left corner is the assumptions, but with the new selling price of 14.5K, units sold stays the same, 800, variable cost per unit stays the same, 13.6K. Annual fixed cost, the new one is 1.156 M. So that's right. So then based on that, your new break-even units you will have to sell is 1284, so approximately 1300. Again, by the red and green graph of sales revenue is total expense. It will be further down, which is about there. And then based on that, your new sales to break even would be 18.624 M. And then, but this kind of is bad though in terms of the margin of safety, net income, and the degree of operating leverage, because your margin of safety is negative, which is 7.024 M, and then the ratio is negative 61%. Net income is negative 436K, which indicates a loss, and then the degree of operating leverage is negative 1.65, which indicates a weak business case, as well as it's not profitable, and it also doesn't improve the economy based on this. So then from there, we look at the next slide, which shows like the summary and also how the ways you can improve it to getting a better case. So here we go. So as a summary, with 800 bikes sold at 14.5K each, the net income is a loss of 436K per year, which is lost nearly $500,000. So you must sell 1284 units to break even, but projected sales are only 800 units. If the annual fixed cost can be reduced to 1 M, and if the variable cost can be reduced to 11K per unit, then break-even sales is 286 units, and the net income is 1.8 M per year. So then you need to reduce fixed costs by reducing advertising, looking at lower cost factory buildings, and also leasing used equipment. You need to lower variable costs, lower cost suppliers, lean workforce as well. And then that indicates how your business can be stronger. And cool. And then the next slide now is the summary, which summarizes the first and second scenarios, and then also the recommendations, which is where we're going to go into to improving your business even more. Cool. So to summarize, initial scenario, 800 units at 1700 per unit, strong business case, profitable, and improves economy. Second scenario, 800 units at 1450 per unit, weak business case, not profitable, and doesn't improve economy. So the recommendations you can do is reduce fixed cost to 1 M per year, and that comes by lower advertising, rental equipment, lease factory. And then to reduce variable cost to 1200 per unit or 1100 per unit, that comes by the lean workforce. And then also what I want you to verify is if the rumors, if regarding competition, are true, and if they are true, then implement the above recommendations for them to make the business case much stronger, more profit, and the economy. Now the next slide I transition to is the references, which is basically the screenshots of the data analysis from Excel. So that's what it shows here. And then so we got this, got that, and then the end. That's all. Thanks.